and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Dawn here. So I'm here because we're going to make some dog keyrings and hangers. My dad has asked for these for the car show, so I said to him I will make him a whole batch of different ones. I thought I'd take you guys along the way with me. So that's what we're going to do. Right, I'm going to mix up 8 ounces of epoxy resin. Not sure if, well, we're just going to do 8 ounces, and whatever we make with that 8 ounces, then that's what we're going to do. I thought that was probably the best way to go, because we can definitely get a lot out of 8 ounces. And these are all for charity, so that definitely helps as well. Okay, I'm slightly over, so it looks as though, oh, when I say slightly, it's actually on 4.5, so we need 9. Right, okay, so I'm gonna have to do a little bit of guesswork on this one, I think, because my cup only goes up to 8. I am now thinking that I probably should have chose something a little bit bigger, a little touch more. Right, I would say, let's pop them together, that is about right, and they look about right. So okay, so it's a resin part, so we're just using a 2-part epoxy resin today. Nothing special. I haven't got any colours. Well, I've got a few colours on the desk, so we'll use those. I definitely want a couple of blue. Now these I poured when I was doing some other videos, which I can't really tell you about until, yeah. So these will go, so you'll see this in future videos, like way off in the distance. So, right, okay. So I'm going to give this a really good mix. I have got, I'm just looking on the desk, we've got green and pink. I've got brown. Brown's not really a, yeah. So I'm thinking I'm going to grab a couple of blues, because I think those two will look lovely with the blue background. And we're just going to sort of mix up as we go. Now I need to work quick today because it is super warm, which means there's a chance that this could flash cure, which is one thing that we don't want to happen. So I am going to work quite quickly at doing these. Now I do have some dog DTF stickers, which I'm going to place on a few of these as well. These will just be your normal Keyrings. The bigger ones I'm going to pop dog stickers on them. All these little ones will go on dog keyrings, and then under here I've got some more dog keyrings or hangers, and we'll just see how they all turn out, because I think that's the best way to go. Now when you're mixing your resin, you want to make sure that it's crystal clear, because that means it's not mixed correctly. So if you scrape your sides and the bottom and you've got what looks to be strings in it, then it's not mixed. So you want it completely clear. When you think it's completely clear, mix it for another 30 seconds, 1 minute, and then you should be ready to go. But if in doubt, set a timer for 5 minutes, because that's like the recommended, but please make sure to scrape your sides of your cup to get that fully mixed in. Right, okay, I'm just going to check that. Now I can't see anything in that, and I'm moving, so another 30 seconds of mixing, and then I'm going to grab some little pots. I'm going to split some of this up. Okay, so there's that done. Let's grab those pots, and then the other thing that I want is to try and not destroy everything. So we're going to grab some different coloured mica. So there's a nice blue. Right, okay. Got one here as well. So I'm just going to pour some in these, and that will also help it not flash cure on me as well. Okay. So we're just going to mix up the colours and then just see what we can do with them. There we go. Okay, so let's start off with blue. So I am going to do this big pot first. Let me just, oh, I've just ripped through my glove. Well done, Dawn. Okay, let me just get another glove on. Take that one off. And put a new one on, because you will really want to make sure that you are well protected. My hands are really warm, so I don't know if these are going to go on okay. Right, okay, so that will do. Right, so put some blue mica in there, and I'm going to mix that up, and we're going to pour these two. Now I'm not running it through the my machine just because of the amount that I'm going to be doing, but I am going to take precautions. So we'll spray the moulds with rubbing alcohol, but I'm just going to let these sit for a few minutes before pouring them. Okay, there's that one. Right, I've got a gorgeous pinky colour, so I think that one can go in this, which it looks to be the next biggest. And I think I'm going to put glitter in this one as well. Now the chances are the glitter is going to drop, but if I use it on one of the, oh actually let's use this, like it's like a sparkle, so you don't actually need a lot. So let's use that instead, because that'll float. So it's very similar to crushed crystal, but isn't. Okay, I do love my crushed crystal, I have to say. So I'll get that all nicely mixed in. And then again, we'll leave this just to settle just a little bit, because we'll pour everything at the same time, just so that it gives chance for the bubbles to rise. And I just want to see if, because I've always been really bad with bubbles, so I want to see if this is if it is something that will work. Right, need that in there. Let's grab another couple of sticks. We need 4, don't we? Yeah. Right, okay, next up, do you know what I'm gonna do? Full on glitter. So let's just do red glitter, all glitter. So I'm gonna put lots in it. I do have more of this glitter. So, oh, make a mess. So that's what we do. And then really mix that in. Like that. Now, glitter you're always going to have bubbles in. Okay. Oh, look at that. That is perfect. That is just the right amount of glitter. I wanted it nice, thick and goopy, so that it's less chance to like sink. Okay, next. Oh, do you know what I do have? I've got some. These are luminous powders. So I'm not sure how these will go. Oh, so I think they might be glow in the darks. So yeah, I think they are. So let's have some that's glow in the dark. I'm just going to put 3 scoops. There we go. And now, can I put a bit of mica in it as well? Because I'm thinking of maybe just a little bit of gold as well. Just a touch. So there, that's it. So I think that might be nice. So we'll try that and give that a mix. and we'll see how that goes. I mean, that powder is very much like grit, which is, I've got a glow in the dark powder that I got from the resin boxes, and it's exactly the sort of same, that made no sense though. It seems to be very much the same feel as that. So there's that one. Okay, let me grab my rubbing alcohol and let's spray these and get what bubbles we can out. Right, okay, so there's that one. Do you know what I'm going to do? Got a little bit of this black left, so we're going to do that. Well, it's like a grey, so let's do grey. And do you know what, I'm going to use that one, so let's get that done and get this all mixed in. Don't know if you can hear, but we've got a little lady right beside us. I'm surprised she's in here actually, because the studio's currently sitting at 26 degrees on filming this. Right, okay, I think one more. Let's do green. So let's do that. And I'm going to put some glitter in this one as well. Okay. Oh, I'm going to use this glitter. There's very little left in it. Right, okay. And then grab this. Now I have put all the moulds onto trays just so that I can move them about. Oh, that looks so beautiful. That green is stunning. Wow. That is gorgeous. Right, this one I am going to pop a few, well, I'm going to put the tiniest amount of glue in. Just because I don't want that to sink, so like that much, because this glue seems to be, you need very, very little of it. I think, yeah, let's do one more little bit. Problem is I don't want to do too much. Right, there we go. I mean, there's hardly anything on that. There we go. So nice. Hopefully that'll keep that suspended for us. Right, okay. So let us pour. First up, I think one of these pours, I'm actually going to do the grey. So I'm going to spray these anyway. Give the top of these all a spray. Okay, and then we're going to pour the grey on, because I think this one would be quite nice. So there's that one. And then this one, I want the blue. Let's put that back. Okay. I'm going to pour that. Okay, nice. Then I'm going to do half and half. Right, hold that and hold that. Oh, right, let's get that. Oh, making a right mess. But then when don't I? I think would I be worried now if yeah, if I was tidy. Right, I'm liking that. And then I'm going to put this one in, and then I'm just going to, it's got a little bit of that red glitter in, so let's mix that in because I think that's quite nice. I'm going to grab some of the gold. So one's an alcohol ink and one's a mica, and we're just going to do that. I'm not going to mix it, not going to do anything. It'll be interesting to see how they come together. Right, this is the only one not on a tray, but let's get it moved out of the way. Okay, that's now out of the way, and let's bring in our first tray. So for these, I'm going to do this big round one is going to be blue. Okay, just check and make sure, sort of going round just to make sure There's no bubbles. I'm hoping I haven't ruined my mould, but we'll choose the best side anyway. Right, so there's that one done. Definitely want a green, and I'm thinking I've got one of these green hearts. I think that would work. And do you know what? That's just enough for in there. Okay. Right, so I'll scrape that off into that one once that's fully gone round. The red glitter I'm going to pop in here like so, and making sure I'm just sort of going to push everything down around that paw. Okay, and do you know what I'm going to do? A bow to go with it. Okay, let's get that. Making sure, or trying to make sure anyway, that we get into those corners. So, right, hopefully. Oh, do you know what? Let's put a bit of this glitter in here as well. And then I'm going to do the gold, I think. So, let's grab the gold. And we'll just pour that over the top, like so. I'm going to do the heart in gold, like that. Yeah, I'm wanting blue. Yeah, you can see. So this heart here. Okay, I'm going to do blue. There's a few little bits on the mould which I've just seen. Okay. Right. And I think that is good. I do have some pendant moulds and bookmark moulds as well off to the side. So, right, we're going to do this one in this gorgeous like red colour, beautiful colour, and then we're going to pop this on in here. Okay, and get all that covered. Okay, not quite domed, but we can trim it. There we go. So that's one emptied. Now there isn't enough room for the rest of that green, so it looks like that's going to go into a pendant mold. Let me just get. So next up, I think I'm going to pop this in here. So this is the red glitter, the last of it, so I'm going to pop that in. Oh, and I'm going to drop it everywhere and make a right mess. But then again, I think you guys would probably now worry if I didn't. I'm having a really bad flare up with my FND, so my coordination skills and just like, I want to say common sense has yeah, my brain's just not working. I think that's probably the best way to sort of say it, is my brain's not working. Right, I'm gonna put in the gold with the red, because I do think red and gold are a lovely colour. I think that's going to be a lovely, yeah, a really nice bookmark actually. This one, I think, we haven't got much of the silver, so let's do this one as a silver. Okay. Yes, lady, we all know how you feel. Just going to push them into the corners and hope that we don't get any bubbles. Not used these molds yet. I've used one of the ones that I'm doing now, but I'm going to paint these after the fact and then I'll varnish them. I've got like a yacht varnish spray which seems to work beautifully. Okay, again making sure we've got in there and there. Okay, and then let's top that up. Right, is that everything? So that's all the dog stuff done. So let's move these out of the way as well. Okay. And let's get all the pendant molds, and we'll just finish up doing, oh, let me just, I've got stuff everywhere. There we go. Right. Oh, so I've managed to spill them. But I'll deal with them once we've dealt with the rest of this, because I really don't want them to queue. Oh, actually, do you know what? We've got, I've got this bookmark mold, so let's do bookmarks instead of pendants. I'm just gonna wipe up as much of this as I can. This is the only thing I like about having a glass mat, is it's so easy to clean, really easy. Right, so I'm just going to spray these. I'm not sure how much we've got left or how much will go where, but yeah, we shall see. Right, now this mold, this one, you get lots of bubbles in, so I found the best way is sort of pushing the resin into those grooves like this is the best way of not getting any bubbles. And then, now I don't want it to be too thick, but hopefully that will, because we will be putting something on the back of it and top coating it. Now I've got a little bit left, so we can put don't know actually, so let's bring that in to about there, and then I'm going to scrape the rest in. Not your typical colours actually, but yeah, interesting to see how it's all going to turn out and how everything at the end of this is going to look. Right, okay. And then I'm just going to do that. Right, okay, so that one's done. Do you know what? I think I'm going to put the blue in. Put the top. Okay, and then I'm just going to use this to scrape that down. Like I said, these are going to get UV top coats, so I'm sort of okay if it's not completely full, because we don't want these to be super thick anyway, because with them being bookmarks. There we go. And then, yeah, so we just have enough for this one. Okay. Like so. And then I'm just going to mix that sort of together, just so we've got a nice little pattern. Right, there's that one. And then the final one, let's just do with grey, and I'm going to do the flowers. So I'm just going to put a thin layer down first, and then we're going to push them into all of the gaps. So it is a bit of a messy job, but we'll find out, because this hasn't gone through the vacuum chamber, well, the bubble remover. I always call it a vacuum chamber. So it'll be interesting to see if we do have bubbles from doing this, what I've been doing. So hopefully we'll all learn something today as well. Right, and then let's pour the rest out. Like so, and get that in. Okay, now we will have a little bit of blue in there, but that's again completely fine. Now this is getting really thick now, so Yeah, I'm glad I didn't put it in the bubble machine, because if I had done, it probably would have been ready to set up. So I reckon these will be ready in about 4 or 5 hours because of how warm it is today. We're now at 27 here in the studio, so on time of recording it's very hot. Right, okay, so like I said, this is all now. Yeah, there we go. We'll have a look to see what we've got to stick on the back of these when we demold them. Right, okay, I will be back for demold, so I will see you then. Right, we are back, so let's get them all out of the trays, because they have all set. Oh, there we go. Right, let's start off with the extras. So let me just, oh, look at that. How beautiful is that? I don't think I'm going to do anything with that. I think I'm just going to put some string in, and there you go. So that's that one. Let me just grab it away. But I've got something on my thumb and I'm not quite sure what it is. So let's move these bits out of the way. I think I've got, yeah, there's a little bit of uncured resin just on the side. Anyway, let's have a look. And then we've got these ones which are our extras as well. Now it did go in, oh that's nice, and I made up some more clear resin. I needed to do something on another project, so I made up enough so that I could fill these up. Now is that a bubble? No, it's not. We've got 2 bubbles, no, 1 bubble. That is, do you know what, we didn't put this through the vacuum, through the chamber, and we've only got 1 bubble in that. I'm really pleased there's no bubbles in that one. So me really squishing it down, no bubbles in that either. Oh my goodness, I'm so chuffed with that, because we proper squished it in, but we have 0 bubbles. So maybe that is the way to go. Let's have a look at this one. Okay, so we do have, I've got 1 there and 2 there. We've got, oh no, that's part of the design. That's part of the design. Maybe 2 there. But again, they look amazing. So I'm really, really pleased. And then this one. They are still a bit soft. No bubbles whatsoever. 0 bubbles. So the way to deal with these is to really scrape it in before you pour. Now I know that, because when I did do these, I did them off camera. When I did them without the, and I run it through the bubble machine, I still got bubbles. So the fact that I didn't run it through the bubble machine and we just really scraped them in, like really pushed it in, and there's 0 bubbles, is just incredible. I can't get over. I mean, can you see any bubbles in there? That is absolutely amazing. I'm chuffed to bits with that. Right, okay, let's go with this one. So there we have the paw print. We've got a couple, we've got a bubble there, a couple along that side, but I had a feeling we would with the glitter. And then we've got this big one, 0 bubbles. Ready to put some sort of sticker or something on it. Oh, that one's gorgeous. We do have a couple of bubbles. We've got 1 there, 1 there, but we can deal with them with UV resin. Don't think I'm going to do anything with that other than just trim down the back, fill in those bubbles, and just put it on a keychain. I think that's really pretty. Now these are ready just to put names on. How gorgeous are those? Oh, I love them. Bit of trimming around the edge, but 1 bubble there, a couple of bubbles in that one, but again, nothing major. Now I push these really into the corners. Yeah, we've got 1 little bubble there and 1 there, but again, quite like that. And then the last one on this one is the heart, little bubble. So, but I didn't push these ones in. But it is, you know, it's good to know. It's good to know. Right, these ones, let's have a look. So, oh, look at that. How stunningly beautiful is that? No bubbles at all, 0 bubbles. That is beautiful. So we've got that one. Let's do the paw print. I did end up having to take some out, which is why I ended up with another bookmark. Gorgeous. Again, just a bit of a trim around the edge, that is it, and then that one's done. I think I might put some top coat on the paws, or I might colour the little pad bits in on that, because I think that will look nice. And then, oh, that's lovely. Again, really, really nice. And I'm going to pop a little picture on there, trim the back, and then that one will be done as well. Right, let's have a look at these. So these are the ones that I already had something in. So these will, oh, beautiful. So these ones, I'm just going to colour in the heart, trim the back, and add it to a keyring. And then we've got the grey one, again, absolutely beautiful, really pretty. Really, really pretty. So we'll do the same. And then we've got these ones. Now this one, I poured the gold in with the red. It's done nothing, but the gold has just, apart from the gold sinking to the bottom, so we've got 2 layers. That's it. I think I might do something with the pads, or actually I might just put a bit of red UV resin on that. I'm not sure yet. We'll have a look when we go. And then the last one is the glitter, which is beautiful. And again, just going to trim that. I'm not going to do anything else to it apart from turn it into a keyring. So all I want to do is just trim off so they're not sharp, because we don't want anyone to hurt themselves on these, like this. Okay, there we go. So just as simple as that, just getting it all nicely trimmed back. And then you can then also come in with a nail file and just go around the edge just to smooth it a little bit more. Now if you're worried about how the edge looks, so as you can see now I've trimmed it, you've got like this white bit. The best way to get rid of that is just a coat of UV resin, so I'll probably do that once I've no, I think I'm going to do, I don't know how I'm going to attach it yet, but yeah, I will just pop a coat of UV resin on the back, probably with some crushed crystal in. So let's do this. So I'm going to, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you guys on speed up while I finish all of these off, and then I'll come back at the end when they're done. So I have to say I am loving them. I think they've turned out beautifully. Oh, there we go, all trimmed, looking good. Right, I'll be back when it's all finished.
be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before I knew. Rewind, take it out of cue. Innocence can be a young man's game. Signed up for the hall of shame. I wish I knew how much I miss not knowing that we're all screwed when we play our roles and ignore the problems. I like to be away in my patience. Stay up, I feel so outdated. How can we look the other way? Sun is out, but the sky is gray. What would happen if I took a chance? It's always hard at first glance. I don't wanna, but I know I gotta do it. The truth is hard to swallow, I think I'll chew it. I wish I knew how
all done. So we did end up putting some stickers on the bookmarks and coating them. I sort of put the tassels on at the beginning. I was like, no, I want something on them. So I did root out in my stash to see what I had. So they are the bookmarks. That one I left because I don't think that needs anything. And then the rest are keyrings. So I think they're all just really pretty. I just went through all my dog stickers and put dog stickers on some of them. Some I have just left because you don't need anything for them. We've got the dog prints. I did end up using a bail. I used my really strong glue and then I've UV resined it just so that it's got that extra protection on. And I've done that to all of the dog print ones. So these are going to go off to my dad this afternoon for his charity. So everything here is like for the car club. And then some other dog ones. I think all in all, I think we've had a really productive crafty make. I was looking for that. I was thinking, where was the other one? Now where's the one that hasn't got one? That's got one. That one hasn't got one. That one's pink. Because I went in my drawers, I took my tray over, I went in my drawers and I got out exactly what I needed so that I didn't have all the drawers and everything all over. And I'm thinking, I can't find one of the tassels, but we do have it. I did keep some of these out on my desk because you never know when you might need them. So where did I put that red tassel? There it is. And then let's pop that on there. Now for the bigger ones, I did use book rings, small book rings to attach them, which I think look really good and work really well. Yeah, this one just needs a bit of ribbon because it is just a little hanger, but that's it really, guys. So that is my little mix for my dad for his yeah, for his car club for the charities. So I just thought I'd take you along with me. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope it's given you some inspiration. And I will catch you guys in the next one very soon. But until then, please do all take care and happy crafting. Bye.